Welcome, everyone. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7 p.m. This meeting is being held remotely as an alternate means of public access pursuant to an order issued by the Governor of Massachusetts dated March 12, 2020, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. You are hereby advised that this meeting and all communications during this meeting may be recorded by the Town of Hingham in accordance with the open meeting law. If any participant wishes to record this meeting, please notify me at the start of the meeting in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20F, so that I may inform the other participants of said recording. I believe Harbor Media will be recording tonight. Is anyone else on the call recording? Okay, thank you. So we are coming live from Hingham High School Library to discuss some interim COVID policies. This is a first read, so we won't be voting on it tonight. And what we would like to do is at the end, after we've discussed it tonight, we would like to put it up on the website so people can see it and bring us any comments on it. So the purpose of these interim policies is to ensure that we have policies in place that reflect our new reality, and that the superintendent and administration have the tools they need to respond quickly to the ever-changing circumstances of COVID-19. These policies are one document that will be in place during COVID-19, but will automatically expire at the end of the state of emergency as declared by the governor. Broadly, they give the superintendent authority to carry out the return to school plan that we approved on August 6th, and establishes that plan as the district policy during the COVID-19 period. The goal of the emergency pandemic policies will be to, 1, ensure the safety and health of students, faculty, staff, and all persons who may come in contact with them. 2, provide the most effective educational services as possible to students under the circumstances. 3, authorize changes to operating protocols as needed to open and operate schools effectively from various venues or platforms. 4, conduct district business and operational functions of the district as efficiently and cost effectively as possible. 5, allow the superintendent and staff to act quickly to carry out a back to school plan. And finally, to facilitate the reestablishment of a safe and productive school day and year. These policies give Dr. Austin the flexibility to amend the district policy as needed in areas like class size, transportation, attendance, time on learning, and pivoting between remote learning and back to school instruction phases. It also gives the superintendent the ability to amend the school calendar and amend graduation requirements with the approval of the school committee. Also included in this policies is a face covering policy, which requires everyone in the building to wear a face covering that complies with CDC guidance unless they meet one of the exemptions in the policy. Finally, there are recreation, travel, and self-quarantine policies for students and staff. These require students and staff to comply with Governor Baker's order to fill out a travel plan and quarantine for 14 days upon returning to the state, and to submit a self-certification of no symptoms form to the building principals. With the exception of the travel and self-quarantine policies, all of the language came from the Massachusetts Association of School Committees and was adapted for Hingham by the Policy Subcommittee, working with Dr. Austin and Susan D'Amato. The travel policies, I believe, came from our attorney, and I believe Dr. Austin shared the draft policies with the leadership team, and they made some suggested edits. So, does anyone have any questions or comments on these policies?
I just had one under face coverings. I didn't know if you wanted to go section by section, if you're doing section by section, or you just want to jump to that. So mine was under face coverings, and I just didn't know if we would want to consider when it's under additionally face masks will not be required when appropriate social distancing of at least 6 feet, and it lists during mask breaks, eating or drinking during phys ed and while outside, and I didn't know if we wanted to maybe add during band, because if they're playing instruments.
That is a good idea. So we can go and look at that, and maybe chorus and drama as well. We should probably take a look at the DESE guidance, yes, see if it's appropriate. We can make some edits in the meantime.
Yeah, but I believe they have to be outside. And that's it.
Thank you, Jen. Does anyone else have any questions or comments on these policies? No? Okay, hearing none, we will take this up as, again, this is a first read, so we're not voting on this. tonight, but we will probably approve these on at our September 9th meeting. So with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Libby. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Michelle. And all in favor, we're going to do a roll call vote. Michelle Lear?
Sorry, just a quick thing. So you wanted to just double check to make sure nobody on the call had anything, or did you just want to questions? I don't know that anybody wanted to. I just wasn't sure.
Okay, yeah. If anyone on the call has any questions about the policies, please click on participants at the bottom and use the raise hand function. It's the bottom right. Okay, seeing none, we have a second, so we'll do a roll call vote. Michelle Lear?
Yes.
Jen Dunham? Aye. Ness Correnti?
Aye.
Carlos De Silva? Carlos, I think you're muted.
Here's some way.
Okay.
Hi. Can you hear me now? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Libby Lewicki? And I am an I as well. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Carrie, this is Sarah Jacobson. I'm sorry, I have my hand raised.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't see you, Sarah.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to juggle a baby as well.
Okay.
I just had a quick few questions about the policy. My name's Sarah Jacobson at 15 Hillside Terrace. I'm a high school teacher and also a Hingham mom now. Just a very quick few questions about the policy. Obviously, I'm very anxious about safety in the building for everyone, students, faculty. A quick question about the wording about face coverings. Is it possible to restrict the type of face covering? We talked a little bit about prohibiting gaiters because of the lack of effectiveness, and then also providing more wording on what constitutes a mask break, because as an educator, I'm very anxious about any time that anyone has a mask off in the building, just to provide more structure in the wording of the policy.
Yes,
And then
that's understandable. So the language of the policy requires the face covering that complies with CDC guidance, and they have an extensive list of what that looks like, and whether that would include gaiters. I think it has to be a triple layer.
Okay.
So there's that. And then as far as a mask break, this is kind of an overarching policy, but the administration will come up with procedures and protocols around that for people in the building. So if you have any other questions about this too, we are going to put this on the website so you can see exactly what it says, and you'll have plenty of time to reach out to us if you have any other questions or concerns about it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, we had adjourned, so okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.